Sit, 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 sit,
Good morning. So nice to begin yet another show with you here on 3+U. As always, we hope you're having a wonderful day and are in a very good mood and feeling great about your life as you watch the show this morning. We are, as we kick things off, because each and every day I come into work and I've kind of forgotten who we're going to get to talk to as the day goes along, and always I learn something by the time I get in my car when the day is over. So we're going to kick things off this morning with two representatives from Acu Chatt. They were on the show for the first time about a month ago, and I was very intrigued because they have 2 of 3 in Chattanooga doctors of acupuncture on their staff. So go ahead and meet one of the 2. This is Dr. Danielle Mastrogiovanni, recently in town from Florida. Next to her is Amy Dover, who is happily the manager there at the practice. So good to see you both.
Likewise.
And you, Amy, are the one who made a very quick point to let everybody know that Dr. Danielle, as you call her, does have this great certification, because not everyone does, right?
Correct. A doctorate is not required to practice acupuncture.
So what that means, and many people, I think, Danielle, have been intrigued by the idea of acupuncture. They've probably even thought about it at times over the years, and then they get kind of stopped in their tracks because A, they're not sure about the needles, B, they're not sure if it's too good to be true. But as I understand it, people often leave and they feel better by the time they hit the door.
Almost 100% of the time.
Really? So y'all wanted to kind of focus this morning on something very specific. Before we do, though, Amy, talk a little bit about the various things that y'all do treat there, because it's a myriad of issues.
Absolutely.
Acupuncture can treat almost anything. We probably see the most for pain, knee pain, back pain, neck pain, wrist pain, pain anywhere in the body. Our second highest treatment probably would be fertility and women's health.
Which is the focus of today.
Yes, we wanted to talk about fertility. We have a baby wall in our clinic, and it's probably the greatest conversation starter. We have several things in the clinic that start conversation, but the most conversations get started around just the wall of pictures of babies, and many of them the result of fertility treatments. Acupuncture can also help your delivery go smoother, less pain, less need for induction, quicker healing. We also can help turn a breech baby with acupuncture.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay, so let's pause just a second before my note-taking continues. So explain this a little bit, maybe on the fertility side of things, Danielle, about kind of how it works, because is it always the woman you're treating, or is it sometimes the husband you're treating?
Not always the woman. It's best if we treat both, but it's more likely that the woman comes and not as much the men. With the men, we offer herbs, which they don't have to come in for acupuncture, but we do offer herbs, which is highly beneficial. But with the woman, first we're starting with regulating their cycle, and then from there we go on to just creating the best blood flow and environment for the baby for conception.
So if you are, so many women and even young girls get diagnosed with PCOS. It seems like having irregularities with your cycles is becoming increasingly common.
It is.
So if you are not trying to have a baby, but you're living that life, is it beneficial to start early?
Absolutely. Start as early as possible. A lot of that happens nowadays because of stress. First and foremost, stress and diet. And it's not normal to experience PMS. It's really not. And so
you have a lot of women who just went like this on the edge of their seat. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's you really shouldn't be experiencing
the pain of it, right?
None of it. And with acupuncture, we can get you to the point, we can balance your hormones out to a point where you're not dreading that time of the month. Yeah.
So you said stress and diet.
First and foremost.
It's sometimes I think people just feel almost turned off when they have to hear that about the diet, because not because they're not willing to try to improve their lives, it just seems like it's so increasingly difficult to eat well. Like it feels like our food sources are just not what we need them to be.
It's true, but a lot of it has to do with just awareness and knowledge. And we are we are educated in that as well. So I talk a lot, I love nutrition and digestion.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it as well. Digestion affects the hormones, which affects the menstrual cycle. So I'm always first and foremost talking about nutrition with my patients.
I told you both that I'm really have a bad habit of kind of getting into a conversation and then I get kind of focused on something. So at any point, if y'all want me to stop, just tell me. But if you, let's say that 3 friends came to you, right? And they are all 28 years old.
Yep.
And they're all having a difficult time having a baby. Or they're wanting to go ahead and kind of get things started with you. And you approach it from a nutrition standpoint as well. Will each of those 3 women leave with the same protocol, or is it individualized?
No, that's the beauty of acupuncture. It's all individualized. There's no, let's say, Band-Aid treatment or protocol treatment. And that's why it's so successful, but not only successful, but sustainable. Because we go to the underlying imbalance with each patient. And everyone has menstrual cycle pain for a different reason. And that's what we target. And once we balance that out, it's very sustainable.
You brought a prop with you, and I told you that I'm a willing participant,
I did.
because I'm sure, and I bet you get this on the phone, Amy, a lot from people kind of asking you a lot of questions about what it feels like. Do you want to do it
Absolutely.
to me?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
walk us through. What are you going to do?
All right, so we're gonna just clean the area for a second.
Which part of me do you want?
The one in your hand is good. Let's hold on one
You
second.
wanna-
I'll show
okay.
you. Yeah, right here. Right
And
here.
we
That one's
focused
easiest.
today on younger women, but acupuncture is also great at treating menopause.
Oh, really?
I am postmenopausal, and I'm here to testify that it does not have to be miserable. Just like she said, cycle pain is not normal. Neither are hot flashes, night sweats, or mood swings. So,
Well, that would have helped my electric bill a few years ago. Okay, so what are you going to do?
Alrighty. We're gonna do a needle right here in this point. This point is great for stress. It's great for back pain. It's great for facial pain. It's great for so many other things.
So I don't even feel anything. Will I, if I were to leave this in for, how long do you leave it in when you go for an acupuncture treatment?
Around 25 minutes. Every clinic is different, but we believe in 25 minutes.
So over time, would I feel it?
Probably not. We always suggest not to move your hands too much. It's not like you have to be super rigid.
Okay.
But you just get to a point where you relax and you forget that it's even there.
If you were coming in for fertility, we'll stick with that theme. Are the needles going to go in your stomach, or do they go in other parts
From
of your
head
body?
to toe. It really depends on what your underlying imbalance is.
person.
Absolutely. Not going to do the same needles on every person. And we change according to the times of the cycle as well.
Okay, so when you talked about stress being a contributor, none of us lives a stress-free life, try as we may, we just don't. So is the acupuncture looked at as being kind of a maintenance to kind of keep us from having that stress overwhelm us? Do people come regularly?
You can say it like that. It's how your body reacts to the stress. So the stress is not going to change in your life, but how you react to it is what shifts.
Okay. You mentioned pain, that you can help with pain. Does that mean things like migraine pain?
absolutely.
Fibromyalgia?
Any and all
Absolutely.
pain. Any and all pain.
Okay. What if there's nerve pain? Like,
Absolutely.
you can help with that too?
Neuropathy probably, I said fertility and pain are our top 2. Neuropathy would probably be our
We see
top
a lot
3.
of diabetics with neuropathy.
I know you can't possibly make a claim for everybody that you see,
No.
But do you, like, decompression, like back injuries and things like that? Does
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't have to go to surgery because of acupuncture.
Okay.
It's less invasive and it's sustainable.
While I play the game of how long will I keep this in my hand,
You can relax.
What about,
You can relax.
Oh, okay, okay. What about things like ADHD? Do you help with that?
As well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything I could ask you that you help with that the answer would be no?
I'm going to say no because in one way or another you're going to benefit. Whether it's just whether it's less inflammation in the body, whether it's a calmer state of mind, whether it's better sleep, better digestion, you're going to experience benefits from acupuncture.
You mentioned that for the men who come in, you'll often use herbs to help them, and that you enjoy the nutrition side of things. So do people ever leave with supplements? Do women ever leave with supplements too?
Yeah, it's not mandatory, but it's very highly suggested.
When people come, if it's not a fertility thing, but let's say that you don't even have pain. Pretend there's somebody watching, they have no pain, they have normal stress, and okay, I'll take me. I have no pain, I'm an empty nester and I'm dealing with it very well, but my brain gets kind of scattered sometimes. If
Absolutely.
I came to you, would I possibly have more clarity of thought?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
But this little guy won't do it for me. I need more than this.
Probably a few more.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, every organ has to do with an emotion or, for example, decision making. If you have trouble making decisions, acupuncture can help. If you have decision with willpower to follow through with things, acupuncture can help. It's very extensive.
Okay,
yeah. Things you would
so
never think of.
The fertility on that part of it, anybody watching who has been struggling,
Especially women in their young 40s, we can support you.
contact you.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's where you'll find them. It's Acu Chatt down on East Main Street. AcuChat.com is the website. Phone number is 708-5651. And I promise you, I'm not a good faker. So I've had this little needle in me for however long now, and I don't even feel it.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Want a tighter, flatter tummy and the hottest deal of the year? Then check out new Ab EX from Sonobello.
After my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me self-conscious.
Emotionally, it was really sad. Feeling good up here, but you look down and you don't.
After having my babies, it went in different direction. From here, it went to here, and I just couldn't get rid of that.
Introducing Ab EX from Sonobello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
And I finally got the flat stomach I wanted.
I'm able to get back in my size 8 jeans. I feel sexy, I feel confident.
But it feels good to feel good and look good.
Schedule your free no-obligation consultation now and find out how to get your dream body on your budget with our best offer of the year. Call or go to sonobello.com and get exclusive access to our employee-only pricing.
What do we say, Greg?
We say